What's up, you guys? It's Steph, and this is kind of a continuation of Friday's video with the kind of monthly wrap-up thing. Friday, I talked about the books I got this month, and then today, I'm going to be talking about the books that I read this month, so let's get to it. Now, I don't really remember the exact order I read these things in, so I'm just going to go over them as I know I read them, because I actually wrote it down this month, so I don't forget anything, so planning ahead, there's something new. So first of all, I read 365 Days of Wonder, which is around the Book of Precepts by R.J. So, I can't pronounce names. This is kind of a companion novel to Wonder. It has quotes for each day of the year. And at the start of every month, there is a small little essay, about a page and a half, from Mr. Brown that further connects it to Wonder. And it was a really cute book, and plus, it's really pretty, so, heck yeah. Before we get to my other physical copies, let's real quick talk about the arcs that I've read this month, because I got a lot of arcs this month. Some of them I haven't finished. Half of them I have, pretty much. So by Miss Kristen Street, I read Reservation 1 and Section 12, which are books 2 and 3 in her, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Mikasa series. It's a series that starts with Compound 26, and there's supposed to be another book coming out sometime in the summer, I believe. She's currently still writing it, but the other two are out, other three, I mean, are out now, or the third one should be nearly out. These books follow Dr. Megan Forrester as she fights for the cure to this deadly disease that's wiped out over half the population of the United States. Worldwide, it's decimated population in certain parts of the world. There is a very slim survival rate, and those who do survive get infected with this Mikasa thing, or virus. And it changes their DNA, it changes how they appear. There is a set of twins who have blue skins and they can talk through their minds. There's a man who has enlarged eyes now because of the virus. There is a man who has electricity, like can dance along his skin. He can generate his own electricity. It is a really cool thing. It's kind of like X-Men, but not. You know, it's a really cool series, and I really enjoyed it. I really appreciate that Miss Kristen Street has allowed me to be another ARC reviewer for her again. I am loving this series. If you want to check it out, I'll leave a link to where you can find it on Amazon down below. That out of the way, let's get back to the physical copies. Just like I talked about in my book haul on Friday, I picked up 2 Coco books. I have Coco, a story about music, shoes, and family. And I have Coco, a Cine Story comic, excuse me. Now, first off, I read the one by Diana Lopez. This one is just, first of all, it's just so beautiful. I couldn't believe this. I didn't know this thing existed, and I couldn't believe it when I found it. It was the only copy, so I'm like, my precious. This pretty much follows the storyline of Coco, except that you get more in the backstory of Mama Coco as it goes through. And I really missed that when I watched the movie, because I read this book, and I read this book first before I saw the movie. I was very late to the party, I know. But with this, you got more to the backstory of Mama Coco, and I just really enjoyed that. It was just small bits here and there, but I really, really, really enjoyed that, seeing Mama Coco's experience growing up without music, growing up without a love of dancing, and how she met Papa Julio, and it was really, really good, man. I definitely recommend this book if you are a fan of the movie Coco, because it adds a little bit more to the story, and it's awesome. Next, we have the Cine Story comic. This one is pretty much what it is. It's just a comic with stills from the movie. So if that sounds interesting to you, and if you want to watch the movie without really watching the movie, maybe you're like in a quiet place and you don't have access to the movie, but you have access to this, you can pretty much watch the movie still by still. Not quite. There are certain scenes that are cut down because of like singing or like hijinks, but otherwise it is a very good little comic of the movie. And it has that gorgeous artwork in here because it's the stills, so it's like that gorgeous like animation of the movie Coco. So I recommend it if you like kind of comics and you want to watch the movie without watching the movie. On my road trip throughout New Mexico, Texas, and Oklahoma and Arkansas, I think I read it through most of the states, we have Midnight Crossroads by Charlene Harris. This one I really wanted to start in New Mexico and Texas because the show is filmed in Texas. The show is Midnight Texas. The book is Midnight Crossroads. They slightly switched it up. But the show is filmed in New Mexico, and the book takes place in Texas, so I figured there was no better place to read it for immersion. And then I ended up reading it through Oklahoma, and I finished in Arkansas, I believe, which was really cool because one of the characters, Bobo, his family is from Arkansas, so I'm like, oh, that's even more immersion. How cool is that? This book is very different from the TV show. I kind of want to do a separate video talking about the differences between the show and this book because, first of all, Manfred, I would have loved to see Book Manfred on screen because, oh my god, he is drastically different. Same with Lem. You see how he is on this book cover right here. You see him? He is nowhere near that in the book. I was shocked at how different his character was, but I really appreciate the change. I really like TV Lem. I'm kind of interested to read the other two books because this was a trilogy, but at the same time, I don't know. There's certain things the show hit on that the book did not, so I'm really like, are those going to show up in the other books? Did they mix things up? I don't know. I'm tempted, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. I think those are pretty much the end of the books I did finish. I do have some honorable mentions for books I started and didn't finish. I started Devil and the Bluebird. It started out really good. It started out with this chick demon and the girl Blue Riley. I forgot her name for a second. Making a Crossroad deal, and it was very good. But then you go through the rest of the book. Well, as much as I got through, I only got through a little bit after that, where Blue has no voice, so it's kind of a lot of one-sided dialogue. Although she does have a pad where she like writes words, but I don't know. I just kind of lost interest, and it sucks because I was really excited for that book, and it was only like $2 on Amazon when I bought it, brand new. So I don't know. Maybe I'll finish it. Maybe I won't. Another honorable mention I'm going to mention is To Kill a Kingdom, because I said I wanted to finish it before this wrap-up, but your girl didn't. It is a really good book, too. Like, my procrastination is really irritating me because, stay pillow, because it's a really good book. I love the story. I love the characters. It's hitting all the points. I just put it down because I had, like, so many arcs thrown at me. I was like, I have to finish these because I have to review them before a certain date. Speaking of arcs, the last book I'm going to mention, like, this little honorable mention if I started, but I'm not finished yet, but I am actively reading, is Catching Stars by, I don't know the author offhand, I didn't write it down. For shame, Stephanie. This is a story about magic and wishes and wrongful murder. It's really good, guys. It's from Of Tomes Publishing, so I pretty much expect good things out of them whenever I read for them. I love what they put out. What's also great is there's a lot of, like, if you like fighting and you like gore, you're gonna like this book. It's not always present, but when it is, holy crap, you guys. Like, this author gets down with the murder. It's a very strange thing to praise, but so far that is one of the highlights of this book, is like how crazy these fight scenes can get and how just like the bloodshed, and wow. You can kind of tell that I kind of like reading that stuff, which, what does that say about me? But I'm really enjoying it so far. I'll leave a link down on Amazon where you can pre-order it because it comes out in May, I believe. Yeah, I think that's all I've got for you guys today. I feel really confident about my reading month because I'm actually ahead of my Goodreads, like, challenge schedule. Just like, yes, yes. I know this one was kind of a cheat to put on there, but it's a book, so it counts, and no one can stop me. Oh, I didn't even mention I read Marlon Bundo, or I listened to the audiobook of Marlon Bundo from the Last Week Tonight version. I also did a book review on that one, so if you want to see it, I'll leave an icon in the description down below. Because it was kind of hard to, like, talk about it and not get political. Like, I had to film that a couple times because I wanted to mention the Pence's book, but I also didn't want to be, like, I don't know, it's so hard to talk about things and not get political when you don't really like the views of the person who, like, wrote the book and all that, and then, I don't know, it was hard to explain, but I did my best. I don't think I got very political except at the end where I quoted John Oliver, so that was kind of political, but politics suck, man. And that is all I've got for you guys today. Yep. If you didn't see the kind of part 1 of this video where I talk about my books that I got this month in a haul, you can check that out right here. If you want to check out another video from my channel, I don't know, I'll leave a random one right here. And if you want to subscribe, my face will be right here somewhere so that you can subscribe if you like, because it really helps me out. That's all I've got for you guys today. I hope you have a lovely day / night, and I'll see you later.